Okay, welcome students. This is data mining, second part of our lecture. So let us discuss what we have studied till now. We have studied what is data mining, and which is nothing but extracting useful information or patterns from the data. Why we do data mining? We do data mining so that we can extract useful knowledge from the data and take decisions which are useful to our business and for other purposes, okay, which are otherwise not possible due to size of the data. So then we also studied about applications of data mining. So there were several applications which we had already discussed in the previous lecture. So in this we will be proceeding towards market and market discovery research and other things. So let us move to next slide to learn more. Okay, so in this slide we will discuss uh, a step used in market analysis and management, which is known as cross market analysis. Okay, so cross market analysis is nothing but finding associations and correlations between product sales and predict such association. Okay, so as the name indicates, this is not an easy job. Okay, so we have to find associations and correlations between product sales. Okay, like example, customer who buys A usually buys B. Okay, like if I do cross marketing analysis of two customers, okay, and they have purchased groceries. Okay, one has purchased bread, then butter and other things, and this one has also purchased say Coca-Cola, cola, other things, plus bread and butter. Okay, so bread and butter, when we do cross market analysis of these two customers, we find that those who buy bread also buy butter. Okay, so this is the information which we have found after doing data mining, and the name of that data mining technique is cross market analysis. Okay, so now if I have found this information that okay, somebody who buys bread also buys butter, what we can do with this information? So you might have observed or you might not have observed that placing two items in a rack. Okay, so this is a rack of butter. So where should be rack of bread should be placed? It should be placed near to this rack. Otherwise, because it is highly probable that customer who will take one item from this will also take one item from this. But if you say you keep butter here and bread somewhere else, say I place a rack here. Okay, so it may be possible that he needs to buy bread, but he will not buy because either he will think that bread is not in the not available, or he may think that okay, no need, this time I will buy butter only. But if you keep these two things which are highly associated, which you have found out after doing cross market analysis, he will buy both of them. Okay, and say suppose 100 more customers buy these things. Okay, then what will happen? Your sales will increase, and this is possible because we have done cross market analysis, which comes under data mining. Hmm. So Now in this slide we will discuss what is customer requirement analysis. Okay, so customer requirement analysis is nothing but identify best products for different customers. As you might have seen, when you log into Amazon, it shows you best, means some recommended products, it recommends you, and what happens, you end up buying those products whatever it recommends, or it gives you personalized offers on those products, and it is highly likely that most customers buy that if customer requirement analysis has been done correctly, which means customer requirement analysis is directly related to sales. Okay, so uh, so better customer requirement analysis is key to any business. Okay, so identify best products for different customers and predict what factors will attract new customers. Okay, so uh, how it is done? So it is so as of now you should understand that customer requirement analysis is a data mining technique which finds out all these things, because since you are in first year I am not going into detail how it is done. How it is done will be separately taught when data mining and data science subjects will also be taught to you. So in those subjects it will be separately taught how we do these things. Okay, it is a complex procedure and a data mining technique, so done that way. But for your knowledge, in first year, customer requirement analysis is the thing which finds best products for customers and predict what factors will attract new customers. So in and why it is done, because it is directly linked to sales. Okay, so one of the important step of that comes under market analysis and management is provision of summary information. Okay, so two things are done when we take summary. Okay, so multi-dimensional summary reports and statistical summary information. So in multi-dimensional summary reports, we summarize all the example is this summarize all transactions of first quarter from three different branches. Okay, suppose there are three different branches and say A, B and C, and thousands of transactions are 1000 transactions, sub 1500 transactions, and here 800 transactions takes per day. Okay, and now when we come up with summary report of first quarter from three different branches, this is example of multi-dimensional summary report. So another example can be summarize all transactions of last year from a particular branch. Okay, so this is also an example of summary information. Then summarize all transactions of a particular product. Okay, suppose take a product mobile phone. Okay, suppose it was first launched 3 years ago, and then whatever transactions has taken place on that product, uh, and when we come up with the summary, then that is known as multi-dimensional summary reports. Okay, one more way of taking summary is statistical summary information. Then statistical summary information is example can be what is average age of customers who buy a product A. Suppose I want to know that that average age of customers who buy some TV, some say Samsung TV. Okay, Samsung TV. Okay, why I want to know all these thing? I want to know because maybe I want to add some features, maybe I want to give some discounts, maybe I need to make some business decisions, and in order to do so, we need to uh, calculate, or we need to represent summary information, and these two are the ways which in by using data mining we can do that. Okay, now two more things which we can do using data mining are fraud detection and financial planning. So what is fraud detection? When somebody does transaction or something in lieu of other person without knowing without taking permission from him, that is known as fraud. Example can be, suppose there is a credit card which A possesses and B steals that credit card and make purchases. Okay, so how using data mining we can know that same card is not being used by A. Okay, so it so happens that means there is a pattern of expenditure of a person A. Every person has its patterns. Maybe they can be very minute, but what happens, it is data mining methods can get patterns from even a very fine kind of a data. Maybe some hidden patterns are there. Okay, so what happens, suppose A does transactions in NCR region. It does generally does from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. Okay, and it spends in e-commerce, movies, and two three more categories. Okay, and suddenly when the same card is stolen by B, he will try to spend in his own way, and this is where data mining finds outliers or unusual transactions. When data mining method analyzes that these transactions are unusual, it may ask for what it can do. Okay, it asks for additional information. Okay, additional info which is not written on the card. Okay, suppose what is your mother's maiden name and something like that. Okay, in this way it can re-verify that whether this transaction is fraud or not, and it can, fraud detection means it can be detected before they happen. Okay, so now another application is financial planning. Financial planning is very important. What happens? Summarize and compare resources and spending. When we do these things, using large data collected by a company, and come up with some kind of a summarized resources and spending. This is known as financial planning, and by using data mining it is very effective and can be done in a less time. So in this slide I will discuss knowledge discovery. Okay, so knowledge discovery from data, KDD. Okay, so what happens, let us start with, here is data. Okay, so let us keep this in a box. Okay, and this is data, large data, data collected over a period of 2-3 years. Now what will happen, cleaning on this data will take place. I will tell you what cleaning is. Okay, then after cleaning data, this data is kept in data warehouse. Okay, from data warehouse, task relevant data is extracted, and the, okay, and then we do data mining, and patterns are extracted, and these patterns give us knowledge. Okay, so this is our final output. Okay, here is the data, and here I have got the information. Okay, so some new terms are there: data cleaning, data warehouse. Okay, Then data mining. The data mining is the thing which we are talking from in this lecture. Okay, so we will discuss this data cleaning and other terms in the next slide. Okay, so knowledge discovery from data process. There are several key steps. So let us start one by one. Learning the application domain. It is very important step. Means before doing any knowledge discovery from the data, we must know application domain. And what does it mean when I say we must know application domain? It means relevant prior knowledge and goals of the application. We should be aware about prior knowledge and goals of the application. Okay, then second point is identify target data set. Okay, which is also known as data selection. I will tell you uh, what data selection is all about. Okay, so this comes under actually pre-processing, data pre-processing. Okay, so this is the data pre-processing that I was talking about in the previous slide. Okay, so data pre-processing involves several steps. First is data cleaning. Let us discuss data cleaning. Remove noise and inconsistent data. Let us discuss what do you mean by inconsistent data. Okay, suppose I sent 3% to collect ages of 3 different persons. One notes date of birth in this way, like uh, third date is day is 3, month is 5, and year is 2020. Another person goes and collects the same date in this way. Another person goes and collects in this way. It uses dash. Okay, 3, 5, 20. Okay, for human these three dates are the same, but for machine these three dates are different, and this difference is known as inconsistency. Okay, so we will how it is removed. We will finalize a format. Like if I finalize this format, then all dates are converted to this format. Now inconsistency is removed. What is removing noise? Means if some useless data is there, it should be removed. If some data is missing, it should be filled. Okay, because that missing data will create a noise. Okay, if missing, there are methods to fill the missing data, which we will be studying when we will be studying data mining as a subject. Here we are studying data mining as a topic. Okay, now second step is data integration. Okay, so data integration, as the name suggests, means generally in data mining their data sources are multiple. When they are combined, it is known as data integration, but it is not easy. Okay, data integration can be done when they are compatible. Okay, and if they are incompatible, make them compatible first and then integrate it. But process altogether is known as data integration. Then third step is data selection. Okay, data selection, it means task data relevant to analysis task. Okay, so means selecting the data which are important for the task. When it is retrieved from database, or in our case data warehouse, then this process is known as data selection. Okay, it seems easy, but taking a relevant data is not a cup of tea. It may be really difficult sometimes. Okay, now fourth is data transformation. Okay, so data transformation means data is transformed or consolidated into forms which are appropriate for uh, data mining. Okay, so all these steps are very important, and these are key features for data pre-processing. Okay, so now I am removing everything. Now next step is data mining. Okay, so data mining is the topic which we are studying, means intelligent methods which are applied to extract information, okay, or info knowledge from the data. Okay, then pattern evaluation. What is pattern evaluation? Identify the truly interesting patterns. Okay, so when we identify interesting patterns, that is known as uh, pattern evaluation. Okay, then knowledge representation. Uh, when we suppose we have extracted the knowledge, and now we have to represent knowledge in such a way so that the person who is at managerial level, who doesn't have engineering sense about the data, he can also understand. Okay, so in simple words, mind knowledge is presented to the user with visualization or representation techniques. In this slide we will discuss data mining and business intelligence. Okay, so there are data sources, then data pre-processing is done and kept in data warehouse, then data exploration is done, then data mining is there, data presentation is there, and finally using that knowledge, decision making is done. Okay, so as we move up, what happens? It is increasing potential to support business decisions. Means as we are moving up, we can make decisions easily. Okay, and what are different people involved? These data sources, people who work on these data sources like paper files, database systems, they are known as database administrators. Then data analysts work on in these three states, means they do data pre-processing, integration, and keep in data warehouses. Then data exploration, they calculate different types of summaries as discussed. Then they do data mining. And what business analyst does? Business analyst, and after data mining, you get knowledge, but that knowledge is in not a presentable format for a manager to understand. So here comes the business analyst. So business analyst presents the data which can be useful for decision making, and finally decision making is done. So this graph or this chart explains data mining process and business intelligence. This whole all every step, when this data, from data we are making decision. Okay, this whole thing can be named as data mining and finally business intelligence. So at the end, I am referring you this book, which I had also referred in previous lecture. So you can go through this book and get more overview about data mining. Although this you have to study in third year.